Let me be blunt, gentlemen. If you're over 50 and still drinking plain water every day, you might be quietly sabotaging your circulation, your energy, and even your confidence without realizing it. That may sound like an exaggeration, but I assure you, it isn't. I've seen men who eat well, exercise regularly, and take their supplements faithfully, yet still complain of fatigue, cold hands, and a loss of vitality. They tell me they feel drained, despite doing everything right. The missing link, more often than not, is hidden in something as ordinary as the water they drink. It seems too simple to be true, but your body's relationship with hydration changes dramatically with age. You can drink liters of water every day, but if the water inside your cells lacks one crucial component, minerals, it's like charging a phone with a frayed cable. The current never fully connects, the energy never flows, and your system runs on half power. The body's hydration process is not just about consuming liquid, it's about enabling conductivity. Water without minerals is like an engine without spark plugs. It fills the tank, but it doesn't ignite performance. After 50, your physiology shifts in subtle but meaningful ways. The cells that once eagerly absorbed water now lose their efficiency. Your kidneys, which regulate mineral balance, begin to slow their retention of essential electrolytes such as magnesium, sodium, and potassium. You become, in a sense, a system with leaks constantly taking in fluid but unable to hold the electrical charge that gives it purpose. It's not simply dehydration, it's deactivation. Men often assume that thirst is the best indicator of hydration. But the truth is, by the time you feel thirsty, your body is already mildly dehydrated. Your brain's thirst mechanism dulls with age, meaning you may never get the signal until your cells have been underhydrated for hours or even days. That subtle deficit, just a 1 or 2% reduction in hydration, can drop circulation, efficiency, and muscle performance by up to 10%. It affects your focus, endurance, recovery, and even your emotional resilience. Hydration is not just about water volume, it's about water quality and how that water interacts with the internal environment. The human body is an electrochemical system. Every heartbeat, every thought, every muscle contraction depends on precise electrical impulses. Minerals are the conductors that make these impulses possible. When your body lacks them, your circulation slows, your nerves misfire, and your muscles lose their natural responsiveness. You may drink enough, but you're not truly hydrated where it counts inside the cell. As we grow older, this imbalance intensifies. The kidneys gradually excrete more minerals than they should, especially after physical exertion, sweating, or even moderate caffeine use. Every cup of coffee, every glass of wine, every salty snack subtly shifts your body's electrolyte balance. Without replenishment, you create a silent energy deficit that no amount of plain water can correct. It's why some men over 50 feel fatigued even after hydrating all day. They are drinking volume without voltage. Understanding this distinction is vital. Proper hydration is about achieving electrical equilibrium. The human body functions like an intricate circuit. Water serves as the medium, but minerals are the charge. When those minerals are missing, the circuit weakens, and the performance of every organ declines. Blood vessels lose their natural elasticity, the heart works harder to push oxygen through stiff arteries, and the microcirculation that feeds the brain and muscles slows. What you feel as fatigue is often just the quiet fading of your body's internal current. This is not a matter of age alone. It is a matter of chemistry, and chemistry can be corrected. The simplest, most powerful solution lies in transforming the way you hydrate. Instead of just pouring plain water into your body, you can create what's called functional hydration water that carries the essential minerals your cells need to restore conductivity. Let's begin with one of the most underrated yet indispensable minerals for men over 50, magnesium. It's sometimes called the relaxation mineral, but its importance goes far beyond calming nerves or easing tension. Magnesium regulates more than 300 biochemical reactions in the body. It helps arteries expand and contract smoothly, maintains stable heart rhythm, supports energy production in every cell, and even influences testosterone synthesis and muscle recovery. Without enough magnesium, the muscles in your arteries remain slightly constricted, restricting blood flow throughout the body. That constriction doesn't just raise blood pressure, it also limits nutrient delivery to your organs, tissues, and the areas where blood flow matters most for male confidence and stamina. A simple daily practice can make a difference. Begin your morning with a glass of warm water containing half a teaspoon of magnesium citrate or glycinate. These forms absorb efficiently and are gentle on the stomach. Drink it before your coffee, as caffeine tends to deplete magnesium further. Within days, you'll likely notice that your heart rhythm feels steadier, your energy less jagged, your muscles more relaxed. That's the electrical balance, returning your circulatory system breathing again. Next comes sodium, a mineral with a complicated reputation. For decades, we've been taught to fear salt, associating it exclusively with hypertension and cardiovascular risk. But not all salt is equal. The highly processed, refined table salt found in packaged foods bears little resemblance to the natural mineral salts the body evolved with. Real, unrefined sea salt or Himalayan pink salt contains more than 80 trace minerals that help maintain proper fluid distribution and nerve conductivity. Sodium acts as a gatekeeper. It helps the body retain enough water inside the cells, preventing the constant cycle of drinking and urinating that leaves you still feeling parched. Adding just a pinch of unrefined salt to a large glass of water each morning provides the structure water needs to stay within the cellular matrix. Think of it as closing the drain on a leaky bucket. The right kind of sodium doesn't overload the system, it restores order. Paired with magnesium, sodium becomes part of a balanced charge. Magnesium relaxes the blood vessels. Sodium stabilizes the fluid environment, and together they support continuous, smooth circulation. Men who add even small amounts of mineral salts to their hydration routine often report warmer hands and feet, better stamina, improved focus, and a more consistent energy curve throughout the day. The third essential mineral is potassium. It works in harmony with sodium, counterbalancing its effects and ensuring that electrical impulses travel correctly between cells. Potassium keeps your heart rhythm stable, supports muscle contractions, and regulates nerve signaling. Yet most men over 50 consume far less potassium than they need. Modern diets, dominated by processed foods and low produce intake, leave many deficient without realizing it. A shortage of potassium contributes to muscle cramps, fatigue, dizziness, and even irregular heartbeat, signs that the internal current is misfiring. To correct this, you can introduce potassium through natural sources like avocados, bananas, leafy greens, or through low-sugar electrolyte blends designed for balanced hydration. Even blending half a banana with water, a small pinch of pink salt, and a squeeze of lemon creates a simple, restorative drink that delivers hydration the way nature intended: charged, balanced, and usable. When these three minerals, magnesium, sodium, and potassium, exist in the right proportion, they form the triad that governs your body's energy flow. Together they regulate every heartbeat, every muscular contraction, every vascular expansion that sustains life and vitality. When they fall out of balance, fatigue sets in, circulation declines, and the symptoms we attribute to aging often accelerate. This balance is delicate. It's not about taking large doses of supplements or chasing the latest electrolyte craze. It's about re-establishing the subtle harmony that allows water to become a carrier of energy instead of a passive filler. Hydration done right is not a matter of drinking more, it's a matter of drinking smarter. Many men who make this adjustment notice transformative changes within weeks. They wake up feeling more alert, their morning stiffness diminishes, their focus improves, and they regain the steady, grounded energy they thought was lost to time. This is because true hydration doesn't just quench thirst. It rejuvenates the microscopic engines inside each cell, your mitochondria. These tiny power plants depend on mineral ions to generate ATP, the molecule that fuels every bodily function. Without sufficient electrolytes, the mitochondria sputter. With them, they hum efficiently, delivering energy that you can feel as endurance, clarity, and strength. The benefits extend beyond physical performance. Proper mineral hydration enhances cognitive sharpness, stabilizes mood, and improves sleep quality. The brain, composed largely of water and dependent on continuous electrical activity, thrives when the body's electrolyte levels are balanced. Men who correct their mineral deficiencies often describe an unexpected calmness and focus returning to their days, along with the quiet confidence that comes from feeling physically in control again. What's remarkable is how simple the solution is. Functional hydration doesn't require expensive supplements, exotic drinks, or complex regimens. It's as easy as preparing one upgraded glass each morning. Start small, listen to your body, and gradually build the habit. Within 3 weeks, the difference becomes unmistakable. Your blood vessels regain flexibility, your energy remains steady, your recovery improves, and your overall vitality rises. This improvement isn't magic. It's the result of physics and physiology working in harmony. When minerals restore electrical conductivity, blood flows more freely through the circulatory network, nutrients and oxygen reach their destinations faster, waste products are cleared more efficiently. The heart no longer has to strain to push blood through stiff vessels. Over time, this reduces cardiovascular load and enhances resilience. It's important to recognize that while hydration plays a central role, it is part of a larger picture of self-maintenance. Adequate sleep, balanced nutrition, moderate exercise, and stress control all interact with hydration to determine how effectively the body operates. However, water is the medium that connects all these factors. Every chemical reaction inside you happens in water. Every metabolic process depends on it. To improve hydration quality is to improve the very environment in which life functions. Consider what happens when this system fails. Chronic, low-level dehydration, coupled with mineral imbalance, triggers a cascade of inefficiencies. The heart compensates by increasing pressure. The brain experiences fog and irritability. The muscles fatigue prematurely. Libido declines as circulation weakens. Over time, this combination mimics the symptoms of aging, yet it's largely reversible through consistent, intelligent hydration practices. The solution is so straightforward that it often meets skepticism. People assume real health changes must be complicated or expensive, but biology rarely works that way. The fundamentals air, water, movement, and nutrients determine the quality of life more than any supplement or treatment. Restoring charge to your water may be simple, but it addresses the root mechanism of vitality. Flow. Flow is the essence of life. When water, blood, and energy move freely, the body thrives. When they stagnate, decline begins. Re-establishing that flow begins with respecting water, not as a bland beverage but as a dynamic medium for life's electrical impulses. Once you understand that, you'll never look at a glass of water the same way again. Every man over 50 deserves to experience what optimal hydration feels like: the warmth returning to his hands and feet, the steadiness in his heartbeat, the quiet clarity in his mind, and the renewed vigor that transforms his days. This is not about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming function. It's about giving your body the precise chemistry it needs to do what it was designed to do, naturally. If you choose to begin this transformation, start tomorrow morning. Pour a glass of warm water, add a half teaspoon of magnesium citrate, a pinch of pink salt, and if you wish, a small amount of potassium-rich electrolyte mix. Drink it slowly. Let your body absorb it before you reach for coffee or breakfast. Repeat this ritual daily, consistently, for at least 3 weeks. Track how you feel. Note your energy levels, sleep quality, mental sharpness, and circulation. Most men report improvements far beyond what they expected from such a modest change. The reason it works so effectively is because you are aligning with the body's natural design. The human organism evolved in environments where water always contained mineral streams, springs, and aquifers rich in electrolytes. Modern purification systems strip these out, giving us chemically clean but biologically empty water. Reintroducing minerals simply restores what nature intended. This awareness transforms hydration from a passive act into a deliberate form of maintenance. Every sip becomes an investment in your energy, clarity, and long-term vitality. You begin to notice subtle shifts: steadier breathing during exertion, fewer midday crashes, quicker recovery after exercise, and perhaps most tellingly, a quiet confidence returning to your sense of self. It's essential, however, to approach this with balance. Excess minerals constrain the system just as deficiency can weaken it. The goal is precision, not overload. Start small, observe results, and adjust gradually. If you have existing medical conditions or take medications that affect electrolyte balance, consult your healthcare provider first. Responsible self-care means understanding the interplay between your body's chemistry and your choices. Over time, as your hydration becomes more efficient, you may find that other aspects of health improve naturally. Blood pressure stabilizes, digestion becomes smoother, mental fog clears, and exercise feels easier. These are the ripple effects of restored internal conductivity. The body, once recharged, begins to self. The simplicity of this approach doesn't diminish its power. It reminds us that vitality isn't lost with age, it's lost with neglect. The body remains capable of extraordinary renewal when given the right inputs. Proper hydration, enriched with essential minerals, is one of those fundamental inputs. It reawakens dormant potential, restoring not only physical endurance but also the quiet satisfaction of feeling truly alive. So, if you've been feeling weary, cold, or disconnected from the vigor you once knew, start by questioning the most basic habits you have. How you hydrate. Plain water may sustain you, but charged water can revive you. Your body doesn't need more complexity, it needs conductivity. Once that current flows again, everything changes: the energy in your movements, the clarity in your thoughts, the warmth in your circulation, and the confidence in your daily life. You don't have to overhaul your routine or chase elusive solutions. Begin with the glass in front of you. Add what nature intended to be there all along. In doing so, you are not just hydrating, you are reactivating the electrical life force that fuels every cell in your body. In a world full of complicated wellness advice, sometimes the most profound change comes from the simplest act: learning to drink water the right way. And when that transformation begins, you'll understand that vitality isn't about fighting time. It's about working with your body's chemistry, respecting its design, and keeping its current alive. When you do that, you don't just add years to your life, you add charge to your years.